Hi, I'm Chuck Etheridge, and I'm your English teacher, and I am here to talk to you a little bit about some definitions for technical writing, what it is. So I'm going to share a little presentation that I've made, and we'll just get it started right here. And it is cunningly entitled, What is Technical Writing? So what is technical writing? Let's start with some definitions. Google, where everybody goes, defines technical writing as the art of conveying complex information to an audience with various familiarities with the subject. That's a pretty good definition. So you got information that you need to convey to someone who may or may not know something about it. Another definition of technical writing is the kinds of writing that scientists, nurses, doctors, computer specialists, government officials, engineers, and so many other kinds of people who do writing as part of their regular work. And perhaps my favorite definition is writing that occurs in contexts of consequences. So there's some definitions. If we were face to face, I would encourage you to find a definition of your own and we would share it, and I'd encourage you to do that anyway. So let's look at some characteristics of technical writing. Let's break it down a little bit. So technical writing is specific genres for specific fields of purposes. A genre is a kind of writing. There are many kinds of writing. There are reports, there are letters, there are SOAP notes, patient notes, things like that. Specific writing for specific purposes. So kinds of writing that's going to be read by a particular people and they're going to do something with it. That's the important part. Somebody reads it and takes action based upon it. It's specific and often written for multiple audiences. Now this isn't like academic writing, and I'm not knocking academic writing, but real people are going to read it and they're going to take specific action based on what you've written. And hopefully if you've done well, they'll take the right action or the best action. It is social and collaborative. Now I know sometimes we get tired of group work. We don't like group work. We feel like it's busy work or things like that. We feel like it's peer review. But we often write with several people on projects. Often someone we work with will sign off with or approve what we write. I've mentioned in other contexts that I am a working technical writer, and I write one part of a document, other people create other parts of documents, and somebody else goes over it, usually asks me questions they have to clarify, go back and rewrite some things, and then it gets put together into another document that's given to a client who then makes determinations based on what we've written as well. So it's very much collaborative, it's very much social, it's involves multiple people and multiple layers of review. So expect people to read your writing, expect people to correct it, change it. And it's not ego, it's not, I got it wrong. This is just part of what happens in workplace writing. Some other characteristics just include the fact that most professionals are writers. Now, it's interesting because you talk to people, you talk to someone like a police officer, or perhaps a nurse or a surgeon, or someone who does corrections. They say, I don't write my job at all. Well, what kinds of things do you do? Well, I fill out reports all day long. I keep records of stuff, treatment I gave patients, or surgeries we did, or procedures. It's writing. It is creating records of communication that someone else will read and make decisions about as well. Most people write, even if they don't consider the activities that they do writing. They're writing based to writing related. Now, technical isn't just about manuals. The temptation is to say technical writing is, oh, you've got a bunch of drawings and put step A in slot B and assemble this and do this in this order. Remember, what makes technical writing technical is specific knowledge about specific situations. all people who are good at their jobs have specific knowledge, and they have to communicate that knowledge to others. I like this example. I have a former student who's a very successful technical writer professionally, and he started out making just sticking little notes around the house. Mom, this is how you use the cable TV. Mom, this is how you get on the Xbox. Mom, this is how the coffee maker works. Because it was just him and his mom in the home, and mom was not specifically very accurate or very able technologically, so he just created these directions, gave them to mom, and mom was able to turn on the TV and get to the channel she wanted. And that gave him a wonderful basis in tech writing because he had the knowledge he shared with someone else. And finally, word writing is more than just words on a page or a screen. I think we intuit this, but some people don't necessarily think of including images or creating memes, or well, I don't know about TikToks, well, but creating videos or little GIFs or GIFs, if you want to pronounce them that way as well. But very, very rarely is the kind of writing we're going to do this, just do stuff on a piece of paper and someone else reads it. It's generally going to be in a particular medium. It's going to have it might come across the screen, might include a bunch of graphics or things like that, explanations. So there are a lot of different modes to writing. I'm talking a little bit more about this here, talking about multimodality. It's basically professional writing, technical writing generally uses more than one mode or style of communication. Linguistics or language, visual, words. I'm doing this stuff. That's a form of expression, spatial, things like that. Most technical writers write in many modes as well. Most of the tech writers that I have trained do a lot of stuff on video. I mean, they very much write things out, but there's a video or graphics accompanying with it well. So we're going to learn a little bit about some multimodalities as well. And the last aspect of technical writing is that good communicators understand how the communication process works. You understand how people communicate. It's not just, oh, I do stuff and it goes out there. There is a writer or a communicator. There is a reader or an audience, because those are the two things. Written for other people, it's about a subject, and it comes in a medium or form or genre. It might be a piece of paper, might be a book, might be a video, might be a manual, lots of different things as well. But it's in a medium, form, or genre. It's on something. There's a reader and there's a writer, and there's generally a set of circumstances that affect how we read and receive information. If you're a police officer, you're writing a report that's going to be read by perhaps your supervisor, probably approved by the supervisor. If there was an incident involved, it will be read by perhaps a district attorney who will read what you wrote and determine whether or not something illegal occurred. And if something illegal occurred and it goes to charges, then what you wrote will become part of evidence in the court. And then you will probably be called upon to give an oral presentation or testify in another mode about what happened. That's just one of many examples as well, but it's a pretty real and straightforward example of how you write about a specific subject to a specific audience and a particular set of circumstances in a medium as well. So those are the main things to remember when you think about technical writing. I know that's a lot of information. I hope it's helpful. If you have questions, let me know. So thanks. And I look forward to seeing what you come up with. Thank you.